So you've just been certified for being a great place to work. What exactly does that mean, and what process did you have to go through?
Yeah, so Great Place to Work is an international organisation that accredits businesses, through, I guess, a criteria of determining, whether they are in fact a great place to work. And so what's involved, whether you're in Australia or internationally, is you ask all of your employees to participate in a survey that's been psychologically sort of tested to provide evidence of whether the culture that you have and the factors that you rate against actually do deliver what is considered a great place to work. And so I think there was about 65 questions.
Wow.
You need a very, very high participation rate to actually become accredited. And then once you've completed, the results are completed through this independent organisation. If you score above 65% in the litmus test question, which is over all things considered, overall, I'd say this was a great place to work. If you score over 65% in that, then you could be accredited, and then you've got to get over 65% in the average of all the other responses as well.
Okay.
So that's the criteria. And I guess the recognition piece is that it's a internationally recognized designation that you can then display and quote and use as part of your marketing and your employee value proposition.
Yeah, right. And did you have to change anything to get certification, or did you just, was the culture already there and your
Yeah.
So
I guess my thinking was, we do a lot of engagement surveys with our clients. We're very big supporters and proponents of them. And so I guess after 12 years, we kind of thought maybe it's time that we actually, practice what we preach and actually, ask our people what they thought. I have to say it felt very courageous, because who knows what they're going to say, right? You've got to be prepared to take that feedback on board. So I just took the approach of, let's put a line in the sand and let's do it and see how we go. We'll get information around what we're doing well and what we could do better. Yeah. And that will give us something to continue to work towards. So I wasn't necessarily thinking, let's do all these things now and then go and get accredited. I was very much using it as a benchmark. We've done some work with other clients using the same process. So yeah, we jumped in, registered, launched, and first time round we got accredited. That was
wow. And did you get to see the survey results?
Yes. Yeah.
Did anything surprise you in there? Or?
The surprise was, so when I said, you've got to score 65% overall, but also in that one question, we scored 95. We scored 100% in that question, and we scored 95% overall. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
It's nice to know you're practicing what you preach, I guess, as well.
Well, I think that's kind of been the empowering part of it, is that we do I think we do a lot of really good things. We try to put in place the things that either we see our clients doing that we can see are working, or that we know are good. And so to actually get some recognition around that, it's been really great. And then, there was definitely a few questions that didn't score 95. I mean, I think our lowest score was 87. So, I kind of looked at that one first of all and said, well, how do we get that one higher?
Still pretty good.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. No, it was good. And yeah, it's just been a wonderful validation. I mean, I don't see it as a validation of me or the leaders. I see it actually a validation of the entire team and the way that we work together and the culture that we have. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and so how did you go about building the culture at Catalina?
Yeah, look, I think I've got a very clear view in my mind of the kind of business I wanted to have. And so, and also, I guess, because we are HR consultants, we're seeing the best and the worst out there. Yeah. So we kind of see what doesn't work and the impact that has on culture, and see, what some of these, better things do. And so when as I was building the culture, it was very much around, I guess I've always thought of Catalina as kind of the safe place to come back to. We go out and we advise clients. We deal with some pretty tricky things often. We go and we support and help other businesses. But when we come back here, we've got to create something that's pretty special, that is a place for everyone to come back to, that they feel their connection is here. And I think that's driven the initiatives that we've put in place, the things like the way we structure our teams, the support we give each other, the mentoring that happens, you know, the way we celebrate success, the way we communicate, and even, you know, I guess things like, you know, we have an offsite every year that is sort of a reward for the fact that we're out there working hard all year and we take some time out. I think all of those things matter. The thing that people say the most about our culture, though, is that it's a really collaborative, collegiate, supportive culture that you just don't, and there's a lot of women. And so there's always the thought of, well, how do all these women get along? But they actually really do. Like
no, that's evident.
Really is supportive. Yeah.
Yeah. So what does the certification mean for, you know, I guess your current employers, but also those people who you're looking to attract in the future?
Yeah, I think, like I said, the designation is definitely a validation.
Yeah.
For everyone, because like whenever you do an engagement survey, there's part of it is around getting information on the organization and the leadership, and part of it is the validation of what you do yourself. And so, you know, to get that personal validation as well as, you know, the pride in the organization that you work for, it's really important. So I think the team really got behind it and we're really proud. It obviously is very recognizable. You know, we've put it on our website, it's on our email sign-offs, you know, we're sort of talking a lot about it like we are today. And so I think, you know, when we go to look for prospective employees in the future, that will be something very recognizable. They know what that stands for. And then I guess the springboard is the way we're working with our clients around it as well.
And you know, what would you say, I guess, to other employers who are, you know, thinking of doing the same thing? Is it a difficult?
I would say do it.
Certification difficult.
Do it.
Okay.
No, well, I mean, we've definitely worked with businesses where they haven't got it before, but if you get the participation rate up, you've got to have something, you've got to have over 90% participation.
Yeah.
And if you get, you know, that score up to 65, you're going to have the designation. Now, that doesn't mean you're perfect. You know, you obviously get a lot more information in terms of the spread of answers, and there's qualitative data that people write as well. So you've got to do it because you want to improve.
Yeah.
You know, first and foremost, it's a way of, you know, looking at what you're acknowledging, what you do well and what you can improve on. And then I guess the second thing is the recognition that comes with it that you can then leverage in your EVP. But, you know, I think, you know, the same way that we looked at it was a line in the sand. Let's get the information. Let's see what we can do with it. You know, I'd certainly be hoping I get higher score next year, you know.
Might be challenging.
Well, you know, there was definitely a few questions there that we could work on. You know, not everyone gives you 100%, you know. It's,
yeah, sure. And is the war for talent then still just as strong as it was, you know, a couple of years ago or even in COVID? Is this a way of kind of helping, you know, overcome that labor shortages and attracting great employees?
I think the war for talent's definitely eased. So in that respect, it's definitely eased off a bit for, you know, mainly because of economic conditions and so forth. But we all know this goes in cycles, right? So it might be easing now, but next year it might be back on again. So, you know, when you're looking for longevity, you basically want to have that consistency of messaging. And I think it's like I said, it's a very easily recognizable designation. It shows the fact that you would even bother to go through the process means you must have a high care factor for your people. I think then to be recognized as such, I think it would, you know, I'll be able to tell you in 12 months' time whether it's worked, but I would suspect it would. And I would certainly say to our clients, it's something worthwhile.
Yeah. And finally, what, if anything, does it mean for your clients to have this certification?
I think the feedback I've had from clients is well done. And, you know, it's good to know that our HR providers are recognised as best practice within the work that they do within their own business. So I think that gives us another layer of credibility on top of what we already do. And I guess the second part is, you know, they're sort of looking to us to say, how did you get it? And what we do. And so it gives us the opportunity to influence, you know, some of the cultural, you know, programs and initiatives that they might want to consider.
Yeah. Excellent.
So yeah, I think we're role modeling, you know, what is, I guess, perceived as being best practice. So, and they're engaging us. So hopefully that's an endorsement as well.
Excellent.